My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is October 29, 2024. It is 1:21 a.m. I haven't been recording for the past couple days. I think the last time I recorded, let me check the 25th. When you look on October 25th was the last time I recorded. There's the file for the 25th, and today is 29. So I just create some list. Not some, depend on how I make the videos, I just create a list. So the list consists of the leftovers, that's the UK, politics. For the leftovers, I have about 9. For politics, I have about 10. For entertainment, I have about 4. So I don't know how I'm gonna squeeze, if I'll be able to squeeze everything in one video, or each one of these topics will be a video by itself. So let's look at the background. 4,452 subscribers, new subscribers welcome. Estimate revenue $122.01. I don't know. Analytics, wow, 264 views in the last 48 hours. So each time, I don't know if it's the topic or the video, it's getting worse views, and I don't know if squaddies are not getting notification. So please check your notification and see if you subscribe, and if you like some of the videos, please like it and share it. This is how it creates some sort of traction for the video. So, and just know I try to have at least one video a day. So even if you don't see some sort of a notification, check all of my channels, either PYTE or this channel. Alright, so let me see, the 30th, 29. This one is due, okay, I scheduled this for the 29th, which is today, later at 6 a.m. And the 30th, I have a video. The 31st, I have a video. For the first, it's on PYTE. And then the second, we're back here again, and 2 videos on the second. Alright, so I've been relaxing, stay away from Twitter pretty much. Whatever I post on my community board is through my phone. When I'm somewhere or I'm not doing anything, I'll hop on my phone and see what's going on, and then I'll take a screenshot and share it with you on my community board. But other than that, I haven't been really recording. All I'm seeing, let's go on Twitter now. Just things about politics, and I've said all I needed to say about so this is the Kate. I didn't put this on my list. It says sanction for Russian disinformation linked to Kate rumor. I didn't even put it. So there's a lot of things going on. Alright, so nothing really meaningful popping up on my timeline. It's mostly politics. There's this one, for instance, here. Did you know that Maria on Sesame Street is originally from Puerto Rico? This has to do with what went on in Madison Square Garden, the way they talk negative about Puerto Rican. I mean, they're pretty much trying to isolate every single group. So they're literally telling people, other groups, okay, if you're not white, they're literally telling you, stay away. So I don't know why anybody will be voting for them. For Trump, that is. Okay, so let's focus on my list. Alright, so we're starting with the leftovers in the UK. I plan on going through it really quickly. Hopefully, I don't have much to say. Alright, so even though you'll see on my community board and probably a couple of my videos, I sort of talk about their tours, but I didn't go too deep into their tours. I didn't publicize it. I didn't try to, like I do with Harry and Meghan tours. I didn't really talk too much about them. And then if I talk about them, the video was probably scheduled after the tour was done or something like that. All right, like this one, for instance, the tour is done where, when they went to Australia. Camilla had been receiving spa treatments in preparation for Australia and Samoa Royal Tour. I don't like to talk about beauty. Do your own thing here. Alright? So there's that. I forgot I responded about that. The 27, couple days ago. I'm like, are you sure about that? They didn't say she should ask for a refund. Where? I see no result unless that spa ends with bar. What would she look like if she didn't have them? Let's leave that alone, okay? Really, nothing significant is being discussed. Nothing significant at all. Next tweet. So there's that here. A man with over 30 family homes, some of them literally palaces, is starring in a documentary on how to end homelessness. You can't make it up. Alright, by now you should know it's Egg they're making reference to. He's gaslighting the entire world. I mean, the world is in shaky ground right now. And the same way us American or other people outside of the UK is seeing how the royal family is taking them for granted, is the same way the rest of the world is looking in America to see how the nonsense in terms of politics is going on. Hopefully we pull through. Okay, only one thing to do: abolish the monarchy. The problem with people like you, David, is that you're trying to make a point, but you have to resort to lying to do so. William doesn't have over 30 family home, but he is trying to use his position to help those who experience homelessness, which is more than most. What has he been doing in the past couple of years? So all of the homes, I hope somebody put receipt here. How many times he's moved, spent money for renovation of different places? It's just whatever. If people, they don't, they're bad. Obviously, they have to protect his name and stuff like that. But if people don't know, whatever. Okay, look at how Harry is doing things to help other people. Meghan, who was over there for a few seconds, look how she helped the hub community. So William is just keeps on talking, but nothing has been done. But okay, let's leave that alone. All right, next one. All the money, the tax increase they got, that could have gone to helping people. These people are not about helping people, okay? When you look at the dynamic that's going around the world, okay, those people who have money, who are in power, and things like that, they really do not want to help little people. So those who's trying to help the little people, you see how much they're coming after them to not do so. So it's just that right now people need to brace themselves, okay? Brace themselves, and hopefully they think logically and when they go vote. All right, next one. This is Meredith. This is one of many reasons books by Harry and books authorized by Charles, Diana, etc. are so important for historical records. I think I shared this already. So that was back in October 23. And my last recording was the 25th. This sound familiar? I think I covered it already. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, it's in one of my videos. Let's go to the next one, because I have so much more to talk about, so let me not repeat things that I've already covered, because I did go on my like to put things on the list. Okay, y'all know why William invited and is flying those particular stars to appear at the Earthship in South Africa. Most have associated with or made kind statements about Prince Harry and or Meghan. The heir is insecure, a stalker, unoriginal, and hoping to use them for views. Billy isn't right in the head. Okay, what's some of these things here? I don't know about all of the people they're talking about. Nina Dobe, Heidi Klum, joint star-studded lineup for Prince William, Earthshot Prize Award, the Prince of Wales. Last time he flew, what's the other guy? Beckham. So he's flying a whole bunch of people that, okay, I see what she's saying here. The people who spoke positively about Harry and Meghan, he thinks they will do the same. So there's Chef Jose, I'm not sure who's that. Monzamo Mbatha announced as an Earthshot Prize Global Ambassador. So these are probably, I don't know who she is and what she said about Harry and Meghan, but I'm assuming she did. Okay, Prince Harry of pranks. Harry is caught pulling faces as a photobomb model Winnie Harlow at a charity polo match lunch. Okay, so there's that. You could pause and read. Okay, so I don't know. It's like when they see, they like to go by blueprint. Okay, I think I spoke about this at one point. The firm like to go by blueprint. If they don't know how certain things have been done before, it's hard for them to start something brand new. So they see Harry did something, not knowing there's other many factors that go behind what Harry has done. So it worked well for Harry. So therefore, without them putting any kind of effort behind why they copying Harry, so they're gonna follow the positive things that Harry have done, thinking they will get the same result. But meanwhile, people they interact with, that goes with Charles as well. People they interact with, they show no kind of enthusiasm, the same kind of care and understanding that Harry puts behind his work. So their thing by copying Harry goes flat because there's not that much love and kind of passion that Harry be talking about.
So you're affiliated, as many in your family are, with many, many charities. You're patrons of certain organizations. I read that you have about 15 charities that you're affiliated with. Your brother and sister-in-law have about 35, but that's less than some other members of your family, right? You all are doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So how do you focus?
So,
And tell us, that by contrast, how many charities might other royals be affiliated with in different generations?
Hundreds. My grandmother had to rewrite the rule books to a certain extent. My father and my mother have also done it their way. And now we're the younger generation coming through trying to do it our way because the world has changed so much. We believe that by streamlining and by bringing people together in order to effect real positive change is the only way forward. And it worked for previous generations, and we will always say yes to becoming patron of a charity that we believe in and that we're incredibly passionate about. But I think in today's world, you have to be involved with things that make sense to where your passions lie, rather than potentially turning up to a charity once a year. I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anybody. But
behind the thing, they just, put the facade of whatever Harry have done. They try to walk the same way, but without the passion, love, and caring behind the thing. They just wanna mimic it and then to get the applaud. I don't know if I make sense, but it's I don't understand these people. They are attending an all-expense covered event. Regardless what Willie may believe, they still ain't going to chat shit about Prince Harry. Prince Harry is their man. To them, stars, this is strictly business, period. Yeah, that I believe. It's just business. You hire them to pop up and do certain things. Guess what? They have to make a living. They'll pop up for you. Okay, while William is a sick man, he's been as insane and psycho as his fanatic trolls and bats and media on social media. Riding on the Sussex's coattail, William and his team clearly follow everything Harry and Meghan does, then attempt to copy it because they see the positive in the Sussex work. I'm surprised that Billy Potter will host this. I see Will's. Again, strictly business. I could understand them. Strictly business. What I mean by that is that if they are paying those people to show up and they are willing to go, that's income for them. But on the other side, if William is paying people to show up and the recipients are not, being making to be first, that's a problem. But the recipient that are presenters, whoever they might be, are being paid to show up, hey, I'm okay with them showing up because that's income. But the way William is doing it is just, he's not making the main people being the main people. He put the recipient, the people who's gonna receive the prize, the people with the ideas for actually doing the program, is not being put front and center. You understand what I mean? But the people he's calling to show up, hey, I'm all for it. They want to make money, they call them, they show up and get that cash. I see Wills is desperately trying again to make Africa like him. The people have eyes they could see for themselves. It's one thing, you cannot fool majority. You'll fool some, but not all. Is it only me that finds it concerning that we see the presenters but never see the recipients? Oh, are the recipients are showing up? Are they making the same mistake again? What they did in Boston? Really? It's William hanging out with celebrities. What's happened? What's accomplished? Is the actual money going to someone, or is it just a commitment to give? That's the same problem that happened in Boston. Okay, if they can't or don't want to believe they are being used for point scoring, that really says a lot about them. I replied to a post the other day saying something similar. Again, if they're paying them to show up, I could understand. What was it? And when it took place in Boston, one of the issues that happened was that guy, the soccer guy. He was supposed to be somewhere in the Middle East. They flew him he left wherever he was in the Middle East to go to the Earthshot in Boston. So if the money, I don't know, I'm just saying, if they are paying them to show up, I could understand. But at the same time, whatever he's doing with that Earthshot thing, I don't know if really actually paying the recipient like this person said. Let me see, there's one comment in there. They know that they are being used, but they got paid. So that's the thing here. They got paid, so they will join William. Harry doesn't need to pay anyone to be on his side. That's the thing. This is the thing. Let's go to the next one, okay? So this pretty much sums up everything. Alright? So there's more comment. We know all the... there's that. Let's go to the next tweet. If he's not passionate about the thing, he started the thing and he saw that this is a way to do something, I guess he's just doing, but he's just spending money on bringing people in, celebrities. I don't know, okay? I really don't know the mindset of these people. If it's working for them to stay relevant, I guess that's what they gotta do. I'm not promoting that, but if it's working for them, it is what it is. Alright, 1, they can't keep up with the lies. 2, it's obvious a lot of people in government are dead sick of the royals. Okay, so she retweeted that. So the Foreign Office has clearly benched William and has been doing that ever since the disaster tour of 2022 in the Caribbean. Alright, they're only allowing Sophie, Edward, and Anne to make international visit. I'll go into that because this is a retweet. There's the response here. Why do you think people in government are sick of the royals? Intermittent cancer. Alright, so let's go into that. Oh, so that was more than that. Okay, so the only part that shows was this. They are only allowing Sophie, Edward, and Anne to make international visit. Now, Charles is saying he's going back to a full work schedule next year. So what's going on with the cancer now? Oh my God. What's going on with the cancer now? Now it's out of people's mind. Wow. If we don't be careful in the US, we're gonna be ending up with things like that with Trump, okay? Just know about that. And he's warning us. Okay, how did we go from Charles? Thank you. That's the thing here. How did we go from Charles has cancer and will take it easy on his tour to Charles did so well, he's going back to work full-time next year. What happened to the cancer they claim he's so stricken with getting treatment for? Why is it Charles, who apparently is still receiving treatment, can increase his workload, but Kate, who's cancer-free and done treatment, is still pushing the narrative that she'll only do things that bring her joy and will only attend big state events? I don't know. To be frank, to the Foreign Office, when they tried to sub him in for his ailing father, he was literally swearing in public. LOL, how could I forget? Okay, I don't follow them, so I don't know. How about William has some sort of addiction issue? He is super thin. Oh, I remember about the swearing. Yes, now I remember. I probably in one of my videos. I stand by my opinion that he's an alcoholic. Alright, alcoholic. The timing of Chuck and Kate having cancer announcement just after being outed as the racist, Mia after Christmas, William not showing up for his godfather's memorial, the North Korean dodgy photo, the bench video, etc., all way too convenient. My opinion stand, neither had have cancer. I mean, if you look back around that time when they claim she had cancer, you don't see her. I try to be reasonable. Okay? Just for the record, if, something did happen, or, for the sake of the kids or whatever. So, they fool people. I didn't really fool into it, but for the sake of the kids and record purposes, so I didn't try to be all savage on them. So, now that we know, I'm fully aware they're just using people's emotion, I don't really try to focus too much on them. Alright, so yeah, I'm talking about this on this tweet here for the sake, this is the discussion the squad are having. Okay, no sis, as soon as Omid Scobie's book came out and they were outed as the royal racist, that's pretty much that. Was it? Who said they were racist? Piers Morgan.
I will never believe it. But now we can start the process of finding out if they ever got uttered, what the context was, and whether there was any racial intent at all. Like I say, I don't believe there was. The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
That's when the cancer idea came about. I think what happened for Kate, Charles came up with that first. It worked really quickly. So when William realized, or Kate people realized that it worked for what's the other one? For Charles, and she jumped on the bandwagon. They all are baggage for God. How is that both of them then lose one hair, had cancer at the same time, and were also named royal racist at the same time? Think about it. Oh my God, they playing people. They're just playing people. Truth is, I don't believe any of them had cancer. It's all started at the exact time eggs were thrown at them and they were accused of being the racist. I think it's all a ploy for public sympathy to stop people from calling them out. Alright, let's leave that alone. Alright, let's go to the next one. Alright, let's pause. Don't be surprised if they announce that they are going to Nigeria after Canada. Look like they are going to tour all places Harry and Meghan had successfully tours. So did they believe that what happened in Australia went well? Okay. Chuck and Todd, at first I thought they were talking about Harry, and I was like, I started responding to it. I was like, Harry has a court case coming up in January. And then when I read it again, I realized they're making reference to Gladis and Chuck. Alright, Chuck and Todd should talk Quebec. Bon chance, LOL. It would be interesting if they do go to Nigeria after everything the British media said about Nigeria being too dangerous to go to. I remembered that. The desperation is real. It truly is. Watch them head to Colombia too at some point. What is it? When Harry went to Colombia, there was an article that I read that Chuck went there to unveil a statue, and then the statue was about someone who was trying to colonize Colombia. I'm like, of all places, I think they took that thing down. Oh my God. These people have no common sense at all. I mean, hey, you got to pop yourself up if nobody's popping. It's just sick. I'm laughing about it, but it's very sad. They must love being embarrassed. He won't go anywhere again. It's fantasy. Alright, if Charles and Camilla, I believe she missed one C. If Charles and Camilla are going to Canada in 2025, I wonder when. And Victus will be going on in February. That's another thing as well. Let me read this and that's it. Meghan and Harry should do Christmas in Nigeria. Their babies and grandma. Best Christmas present for grandma. They will need their own plane to carry gifts because I know the Nigerian will be giving so much gifts. Next tweet. And I think they have created their own little thing, their own little Christmas thing. Because I remember when the half in and half out was being discussed, and one of the things that I raised is when their when their half in will be. And I said, I'm assuming the half in will probably start like for the UK, for the royal family will be like in January, after New Year's. Okay, from January till leading to the summer. And then from summer till December will be where they do their own private thing. Because I could see them, because all of the holidays, the summer vacation and all of that, they will want to spend that with their family. Okay, because I think for Thanksgiving, they probably already create their own little thing. Because these are family event things. So let's see here. Kate Middleton's divorce from Prince William became inevitable when she gleefully drove a wedge between Prince William and his brother. He resented her bitterly. I mean, William is a freaking grown man. He should have known himself. I don't think it's just thing is not happening the way he thought. All right, whatever computation he did in his brain, thinking that if he's being savage to his brother's wife and his little brother, that will make him say, I don't know how these people really operate. The computation they do in their head to think how people will respond to their mean, savage behavior. If he thought this was the right way, that's all his. Even with other people telling them things in his, how would I say that? His advisors were telling him things to do. He should have stopped and think for himself. Okay, these people are telling me that. This is my brother. This is how he had react toward me when I do certain things. How will that work for me? I don't know. Harry is not heir to the throne. For him to believe, meaning William, to believe that Harry would put up with these things. I don't know. I guess he really felt like Harry had no way out. I don't know. Then again, William, who was the one who wrote Harry off. He literally hired someone to make it permanent. What was the Syndrium Summit was all about? When Harry spent hours, well, not hours, whatever amount of time, but a good chunk of time discussing things that William already finalized. And Harry was like, you already put it on paper? So what's going on? Why did you waste my time?
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most. My family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
So William has himself to blame. I'm not making excuses for Kate, but she is part of the problem because the same mindset with William kind of thing. When she married into the institution, Harry was the only person that I've seen who gave her some sort of respect, at least on the facade of things. I don't know what's going on in the background. But on the facade of things, Harry showed her respect from the time she was getting married to other events that you're seeing. There's the squad put some screenshot here. There's William who don't give a F about her. It's raining. He grabbed the umbrella and left his wife behind. And then there's Harry calling him, "What about your wife?" Okay, all these Kate should have understand. And I've said I could understand her the position the institution put her. You're either with me or you don't. If she took a stand and said, "I do not want to be part of this mess," to take a stance and said, "Keep me out of it. You do your thing with your brother. I'm not gonna deal with that." Why? Because Harry showed her respect. She should have taken this aspect alone to said, okay, Harry, who grew up in the institution, will most likely understand the stance that she takes. But for adding to Harry's misery, this is the part I will never forgive her. Because when Harry married Meghan, this is the other part as well. Should have understand how when she married William, how Harry took her in and things like that, made her feel part of the family. But she didn't do that for Meghan. Whatever issues that's going with them, like I've always said, baggage for God. Because these people are adult, they should have the common sense to computate certain things in their brain and said, I'm not gonna do certain things. Even if advisors are talking to them. When it comes to the family aspect of things, there are steps you could have taken and said, I do not want to do this way. Have a private conversation as a family and talk things out or something. But when they want to hurt people, they blast their nonsense for the world to hear, and then they expect people to take it easy on them. They all are baggage for God. Alright? So did I read all of this? For some reason, it then clicked that both she and William heavily benefited from Harry's hard work and charisma. This is the thing that I'm saying. They benefited from everything that Harry was doing. And this is the thing as well. When it was time for Harry, when he's being interviewed, where he could have taken full credit for everything that I know for a fact he did. Because since he left, William hasn't done shit. Okay? William has not done anything to the magnitude to where when Harry was over. So this tells you pretty much it's Harry who's been doing all of the things.
We'll always say yes to becoming patron of a charity that we believe in and that we're incredibly passionate about. But I think
Doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity? Our foundation able to do is bring everybody together once again around a table and say, right, you're now part of a group. You're part of something, and therefore anybody that comes in gets the opportunity or the option of 12 of you rather than one of you.
Whose idea was this? I mean, who was it? You or Prince William or
The Royal Foundation?
Yeah.
Can't even remember. But
Look at this. He left. He took Invictus with him. Look how far Invictus is going. Okay? And I just read things about Earthshot and all of this. You see, he's paying people to come in to represent and all of that. All right, let's see here. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think Kate's negotiation earlier this year had to do with them trying to scapegoat her into this role of being the cause of the royal fracture. They could say anything they want. Each one has a responsibility. Each one of them has a part to do with what happened with Harry and Meghan for leaving and all of that. And at the same time, why can't they just come clean and say they're divorcing, things is not working out? They're making it seem like it's something that's never been done. If things is not working out, just say the truth. I don't know why these people have problem with the truth. I really don't know. Okay, it became increasingly clear that the family is not going to benefit from Harry and Meghan being chased out, and they need someone to blame. It can't be Charles or William. Whatever's coming for Kate, she deserves everything. Okay, she's a baggage for God. No sympathy here. She should have known. Stay out of it. Okay, don't get involved between the two brothers. You saw them, leave them alone. Harry understood the position. Harry was taking all this humiliation for William. And then when he finished does his thing, he just flew and go to Africa and does his thing. This is the thing William never understand. Harry was willing. He knew he was a spare. But as soon as he got a wife, he got married, all of a sudden you're shifting the same kind of behavior to the wife who has absolutely nothing to do with that. And they both said no. Meghan wasn't putting up with this BS. Harry saw it too and said, you're not shifting that blame that I sustained. And Harry was hurting inside, before Meghan came, with all the abuse, unnecessary abuse. At some point, it takes a toll onto people. So when he knows the pain and agony, those kind of behavior and action the institution was putting on him to be a scapegoat for William, and then now he brings someone who's very energetic, enjoying life and all of that. This is why he said he wanted to go on that journey with Meghan. That the free, carefree, this kind of thing. I'll put the audio of that.
Traveled the world from top to bottom, literally. I'd hopscotched the continents. I'd met hundreds of thousands of people. I'd crossed paths with a ludicrously large cross-section of the planet's 7 billion residents. For 32 years, I'd watched a conveyor belt of faces pass by, and only a handful ever made me look twice. This woman stopped the conveyor belt. This woman smashed the conveyor belt to bits. I'd never seen anyone so beautiful. Why should beauty feel like a punch in the throat? Does it have something to do with our innate human longing for order? Isn't that what scientists say? And artists? That beauty is symmetry, and therefore represents a relief from the chaos? Certainly my life to that point had been chaotic. I can't deny hungering for order, can't deny seeking a bit of beauty. A fairly staggering revelation for me just then. But this woman's beauty, and my response to it, wasn't based merely on symmetry. There was an energy about her, a wild joy and playfulness. There was something in the way she smiled, the way she interacted with Violet, the way she gazed into the camera. Confident, free. She believed life was one grand adventure. I could see that. What a privilege it would be, I thought, to join her on that journey. I got all of that from her face.
So when he realized the family is turning off the light of Meghan's carefree, vibrant, enjoying life. This is the thing that really attract Harry to Meghan at first. In the moment, the carefree, enjoying life, doing fun stuff. This is what attracted Harry to Meghan. And then the family is turning that off. And Harry was like, no, I'm not going to let that happen. Okay, because Harry understands the pain that these people were putting him through, and now they're shifting it to his wife. And then he put his feet down and said, no, it's not going to happen. All right, the palace announced a separation. The tabloid leaked that William had enough and blamed her for Harry and Meghan leaving. Did they say that? Oh, and she is also the one with question about Archie's skin color. I mean, they should have said this all, way when Piers Morgan said the thing. Everything is too late now. Okay, William gets his air and clean break from his involvement. Don't forget, okay? Meghan was there. Okay, you're not gonna sugarcoat things when Meghan was there. Okay, it will have been nice and neat. All right, I've always thought this is what will eventually happen. They blame her for the rift. Meghan was there. Meghan understand. Let's not forget as well, William make decisions. Okay, not Kate. You see how he talks to her in public. There was a quick short video that I saw. Is it short video? No, a GIF or something. How he's like telling her to go away or something like that. Go someplace else or something. All right. Only a dumb person will think that everything is Kate. Okay. William made those idiotic decisions and things that went to court. Thank God Harry went to court and made sure they did things properly. And then through that, we get to see that William hired Simon Case to put it in writing. So they could say all their nonsense as they want. It's in writing, it's in court paper. So that's one thing Kate has going for her. Okay, she could take the blame, but we know they're lying because everything is said in court document. Let me not give them idea. Let's get back to the original recording. All right, I think they tried, LOL, and I think the Middletons outwitted them. Okay, agree. I think they tried, but she has receipt about their skeleton in the closet, and they weren't expecting that. All right, so these are scenarios. I think so too. I think she said, okay, I'm not going out there to do a single minute of work unless I get a guarantee you won't divorce me, but I let you do what you want. And we only come together for PR photos and vids and grass. Whatever, that's their problem. There's more. You could be then. Let me move on. Let's go to the next one. Let's not forget the horse probably create things in between. Let me read these two here. Camilla has too much hatred for any of Diana's bloodline. Yeah, she's the one who put the division. I don't think she can help herself from throwing William under the bus, even though it will benefit her better to toss out Kate. Her hatred for Diana burns deep. Again, she's a baggage for God. I honestly think the newspaper report pretty accurately on things going on with the family, but then switch out the names at the last minute. Let's leave that alone. Next tweet. Okay. So now I have two tweets for the world here that a little bit more positive, and I think I will stop the video after that and do the politics separately. How many minutes? I have 36 minutes. Maybe I'll squeeze something.
Banaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.